After 6 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out, it's 6:30 p.m.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragons. This dragon's got my hand. Sugar boom boom, I'm robbing people, but I'm an honest man.
Let me tell you straight up, homie, this story's not rehearsed. Done my share of drogas, but we...
Hey, what's going on, Facebook? So, get ready to do this shout out. It's a nice day. I'm on my balcony, so I'm gonna do it out here. I'm hoping my grape plant will actually go from here all the way over to there and then go down. I don't know. I ain't no farmer. I'm not a gardener. I don't even know what I'm doing, but as long as they grow, that's all I care about. Let's get ready to do this thing. Get my voice together. Hello! West Alameda! It's after 6 o'clock. Time to give a shout out and thank you to all the frontline essential workers, to the doctors, the nurses, the longshoremen, the bus drivers, the truck drivers, the farm workers, those who work in the stores, the restaurants, the hotels, the warehouse, postal employees, teachers, parents. So please, if you hear my voice, would you clap your hands, honk your horns, shout, make some noise! Frontline workers, thank you! Thank you, frontline workers! Hey, what's going on, y'all? So, yeah, I started going back outside to do it from outside. Oh, wow, I just saw this. Look at this, y'all. Yeah, what did I just... Let me put this back on here.
Get away with it if he could pull it off. Joint Chiefs of Staff Mark Milley looked at the scenarios where Trump might try to gain sway over the alphabet soup of the national security apparatus, the FBI, the CIA, the DOD. And he warned his own team Trump was stoking unrest, possibly in the hopes of an excuse to invoke the Insurrection Act. Milley telling aides he feared it could be the modern equivalent of brown shirts in the streets. That's a U.S. general referencing the paramilitary forces that protected Nazi rallies and enabled Hitler's rise to power. Chilling. Now, days before January 6th, Milley also told aides this is a Reichstag moment, the gospel of the Fuhrer. This theme also figures into a new book from the Wall Street Journal's Michael Bender. Frankly, we did win this election. It quotes Trump privately claiming, quote, well, Hitler did a lot of good things, with his astounded chief of staff reportedly replying, you cannot say anything supportive of Adolf Hitler. You just can't. I mean, what do you even say to that one? Now, Trump denies all these reports. It's my job as a journalist to tell you that side of it. Those former generals, meanwhile, declined the opportunity to comment to NBC News on what they're alleged to have said and observed and done. Now, in the end, there are also no public reports that Donald Trump actually tried to order the military to stage a coup, which is to say that a lot of people inside were worried he would, that he was taking steps to do so, but that for whatever reason, self-interested or otherwise, he didn't get up to the point to pull that off. His resistance, though, is well documented. People will go to jail for it. That's a fact. And it boiled down to summoning his supporters to Washington, D.C., where they led a criminal insurrection plot a plot that they would bear the brunt of responsibility for, not him, never him.
That was interesting. So, personally, this is just my own personal thing, y'all. Personally, I think Trump did say all of that. Okay, because that sounds like some stupidity that Trump would do. It sounds like something Trump would do or say. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, of course, y'all know how I feel about Donald Duck. But I'm going to leave that alone. That's Donald Duck. All right, let me do... Today is day 474. The 474th day since April 1st, 2020, when I first started doing all this, whatever it is I'm doing, and giving a shout out to the front line and essential workers. So this is day 474. And today is, hold on, y'all. Today is July 18. You know, it used to be when I first started doing this, I'd just get out there and start yelling and leave it alone. Now I do this whole board, which takes me like damn near an hour to do this and stuff, but it is what it is. Bahala na, right? So today, on July the 18th, 2021, and according to the Coronavirus Pandemic Live on YouTube, which is where I get my information, y'all, 4,109,762 people have died all over the world. And right here in the United States, 624,746. Alma, what's going on with you? Yeah. So the red is for today. Now I'm going to slide over here to black. 4,103,111. This was yesterday. And 624,715. This was also yesterday. But look at, wow. Yeah, okay. And this is in green. This is what it was in 2020. All over the world and right here in the United States. And as always, I ask everybody to please remember all the victims who have died from coronavirus. And all over the world and right here in the United States, I ask you to keep them in your prayers and your thoughts. And along with prayers and thoughts, I also ask you to keep all of those who have been killed by thugs, the gangbangers, drug dealers, the police, the KKK, the Nazis, the FBI, those crazy-ass co-workers who you don't know if they're going to go crazy or not. You got to keep looking over your shoulder like, is this woman going to go crazy and just start shooting up people? That's kind of scary. And in road rage, that's the other thing, road rage. You can't be driving down the street or on the freeway honking a horn at anybody because you don't know, somebody might just get mad and want to ram you or pull out a gun and start shooting. So I guess certain situations would be better just like, just forget it. Let them do what they got to do. Ed Nash, what up with you, bro? What's going on, man? And so, yeah, so you got to be careful about honking horns at people because you don't know. They might want to pull out their gun and start shooting, especially down there in places where they have open carry, where people are allowed to carry guns. So, yeah, got to be real careful about that. And how about the victims of those who've been killed by those white supremacists, by the terrorists, both foreign and domestic terrorists, people who have committed suicide, people who have died from domestic violence because their husband, a crazy husband, sat up here and killed them, or a crazy wife went out there and either killed them or sat up there.
I'm chasing dragons. This dragon's got my
after 6 o'clock p.m. Time to give shout out. It's 6:40 p.m.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragons. This dragon's got my hand. Sugar boom boom, out robbing people, but I'm an honest man.
Let me tell you straight up, homie, this story's not rehearsed.
Y'all know I like that song. All right, let me get back. Domestic violence, you know how you go hire somebody to go kill your mate? Like, just get a divorce. Why go to jail? And half the time you hire somebody, they turn out to be a police informant or an undercover cop. The victims of the condominium collapse in Surfside, Florida, I do not know how many people they have pulled out of the rubble now. So I'm just going to erase this, 97, because I really don't know. And I'm just going to erase that and just say the victims. I'm going to just leave it at that because I really don't know. When I know more, I will put them on here. Put that number on here. And prayers and thoughts. And you know what? There are hundreds, probably thousands of names that should be on here, but I don't have a board big enough. So these are people whose names I just put on here, and there's so many more names that should go on here. But yeah, all these people were killed by vigilantes, the Ku Klux Klan, and the police. All right. You don't have to take my word for it. You can just look it up. But, I mean, there's been so much written about these people anyway, so that's what's up. All right. Hey, let's talk about birthdays. Today, July the 18th on the year 2021, it's Jessica, and Tony, and Rye, and Georgia, James Johnson Jr., and Coca. So, hey, happy birthday, all y'all. Happy birthday. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. I can't sing, so just saying happy birthday. All right. On the historical calendar, this is like one of my favorite people, Nelson Mandela. All right. Now, y'all know when I be sitting up here, I say, Amandla away too. That's something that I got from watching the people in South Africa when they would have these amazing protest demonstrations and they would be marching and dancing and singing through the streets, and they'd be arm in arm, and they'd be like, I love it. Anyway, Nelson Mandela, he was born on July the 18th, 1918 in South Africa. He was an anti-apartheid revolutionary, a statesman, a philanthropist, and president of South Africa. He was arrested in 1962, and he was sentenced to life in prison. And he served 27 years in prison. And the white South African president, de Klerk, was worried about there was going to be like uprising, and knowing that they were totally outnumbered by the Africans, the black Africans. Okay, so he decided to release Mandela, and then they had elections. And when they had the elections, Mandela was elected president. He served to 1997. He received the Nobel Peace Prize and died on December the 5th, 2013. So Mandela, you know, if y'all, the one thing I love about, Google, and I got this also off the historical calendar and Wikipedia. Man, Mandela this dude was something else. He was awesome. He was also married to Michelle Samora's widow, and he was married to Winnie Mandela, and that got divorced, and he was married to somebody else before that, and divorced her too before that. But Mandela, he did a lot of stuff, y'all. And I want you to think about something. With all the stuff that the white South African government imposed on the Africans, in particular the organization he was involved with, African National Congress, he was not a vengeful person. He did not try to take revenge. In fact, he's been criticized by some of those on the left as being too soft and too easy on the whites. And on the right, he's been criticized by the whites and the right wing as being a communist. And yes, he was a communist. He was a communist, but he wasn't one of those communists that was, what's the word, dogmatic. He was not a dogmatic communist. And, you know, he was all about for South Africa. So he did a lot. Anyway, here's to you, Nelson Mandela. Happy birthday. All right, so let's go over here. July 18th.